Since the SEC's significant update regarding the XRP cases a few years ago, we have been discussing and concentrating a lot on other regulatory agencies, such as the CFTC. And the reason for this is that we always believed the SEC wouldn't be the major force behind bringing about regulatory clarity for cryptocurrencies. And even now, I continue to believe this to be true. And when we consider that, we primarily consider the SEC's collaboration with the CFTC to regulate cryptocurrency in the United States. Furthermore, I believe that this is still going on at the moment. In addition, it is crucial to consider the numerous actions taken by the CFTC as a result of the integration of numerous well-known cryptocurrency projects, such as Ripple and even XRP. Let's actually discuss this a little bit. Going back to February of this year, which was just roughly 3 months ago, we can see that the CFTC announced a crypto CEO forum to create a pilot program for digital asset markets. To discuss the introduction of the CFTC's digital markets, or digital asset markets pilot program for tokenized non-cash collateral like stable coins, the CFTC will host a CEO forum of top companies in the field. Participants will now include Moody, Ripple, Circle, Coinbase, and Crypto.com. The statement reads, "I'm excited to announce this groundbreaking initiative for the U.S. digital asset markets. The CFTC is committed to responsible innovation. I look forward to engaging with market participants to deliver on the Trump administration's promise of ensuring that America leads the way on economic opportunity. This demonstrates, first and foremost, that the CFTC is ensuring that America is leading the way on not only economic opportunity, but also on becoming a leader in cryptocurrency by leveraging players like Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com, MooPay, and even Ripple. Indeed, this has been verified. From the CFTC website, you may view it here. Additionally, 3 days later, they announced plans for a tokenized collateral pilot, which again gave us a better understanding of what they were doing because it was primarily related to stablecoin initiatives. However, if we go back to November, when the Digital Assets Committee made the tokenization recommendation, they suggested that the types of collateral would be gold, government securities, corporate debt, money market funds, and World Bank bonds. Naturally, a lot of stable coins are similar to money market funds. The capacity to instantly supply assets to satisfy variance margin requirements, usually with derivatives, is a significant benefit of tokenization for margin purposes. And since the derivatives market is the largest in the world, with quadrillions of dollars, this is the main focus here. The contracts parties only contribute a small portion of the possible exposure as margin. As a result, one party might have to post more margin if the price of the underlying asset swings against them. Additionally, settlement delays present a problem when non-cash collateral is provided. However, settlement can occur almost instantly if tokenized assets are transferred. Here, we examine some of the major participants, such as Ripple, and what they could do to provide effective derivative settlement and alter the way derivatives are actually traded generally. After that, we actually examine some of the most recent developments in the derivatives market, which I will bring up in a moment. Give it to me. Therefore, on the 7th, the DTCC announced that they were happy to collaborate with the ISDA on incorporating the ISDA digital regulatory reporting into the DTCC's authorized reporting system for the Global Trade Repository. This is now the formal declaration that derivatives will be changing. Given this announcement, I realize that doesn't seem to be the case, but have a look at the underlying phrase. In order to better speed trade reporting procedures for market participants in the UK and EU, the DTCC is happy to continue supporting ISDA's ADRR. Businesses should expect to see a decrease in the complexity and expense of adjusting to changing regulatory requirements, as well as a rise in the acceptance rates of supplied trade data as a result of this partnership. We are still dedicated to provide our clients throughout the world the most complete and cutting-edge trade reporting solutions at the most competitive price. Now, let's return to this announcement from April 30th, which Generation Infinity actually posted. On this, we produced a video. By tokenizing quadrillions of global assets, this was violating the DTCC patent and creating a new financial system that was blockchain-based, legacy-controlled, and interoperable. Additionally, the patent attests to network support for Atom, Flow, BNB, TRX, HAR, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and even XTZ. On top of this, though, if we go back to the CFTC, they are already becoming involved with futures through this pilot program, which does involve Circle, Coinbase, Crypto, Calm, MovePay, and Ripple. Among all of these, Ripple stands out due to what they truly provide, namely XRP. We may realistically anticipate that Ripple and XRP will soon be heavily tapped into now that XRP is a part of this patent with the DTCC. However, in addition to this statement, Smoke Dog deserves a huge shout-out because the DTCC just revealed that they are integrating systems with ISDA, a Ripple partner, on quadrillion-dollar deals, with Ripple in the midst. Recorded. And when Ripple joined the ISDA in August 2023, they do indeed fall in the middle. Furthermore, the total value of securities processed in 2020 is $2.3 quadrillion, as you may know, Dog Smoke. Actually, there's a fresh, updated perspective on this. Well, the total amount of money they processed and transmitted in 2024 was up to $3.7 quadrillion. Since the Dodd-Frank Act improved many aspects of the market structure, including central clearing, which was a great innovation, it ended up creating a regulatory moat that made entry nearly impossible unless you were the largest bank. In addition, it caused market fragmentation, which is unfortunate because digital assets are inherently a global and borderless market. Therefore, we must be careful to avoid market fragmentation, which could be an unfortunate outcome if we don't get it right with not having the overbearing compliance costs. Thank you. And the CFTC is telling us that the whole market is beginning to open in the United States. In an effort to break the chains that have been keeping us down, some of the largest regulatory actions are now beginning to take place throughout this entire area. This explains why so many significant actions, such as the DTCC, are beginning to occur. Those patents are beginning to appear. Even CFTC tokenization trials with distinct names are beginning to appear in the market. They're preparing. This technology is being tested. Since trials are no longer the next stage in this process, they are, preparing the marketplace. The underlying technology is fully integrated and utilized. And since Ripple or XRP appears on every single document and announcement, we can be certain that Ripple is at the center of practically everything. This is precisely the reason I am reminding you all to pay close attention to the names that are mentioned in these meetings, during these conversations, in the PDF files, and in the documents. It is absolutely essential. Having said that, I hope you all found this video entertaining. You are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below if you did leave a like, subscribe, and notifications on since there will be more free material. Having said that, I want to thank everyone for watching. Crafters, goodbye.